Unless you are living under a rock, you have probably heard about ketosis and the ketogenic diet. Today we are going to explain what is ketogenic diet, how does it work, and how it can help you to lose weight and stay fit without the annoying yo-yo effects. Of course, it is called a diet, but actually it's not. Imagine you were teleported a few thousand years back in time. That means no fast food restaurants, no supermarkets, and no easy options for instant hunger reliefs. If you didn't have anything to eat, like some source of carbohydrate such as fruits, you would have to hunt something down like a deer or a wild boar. This hunt could take longer than we think, which usually means no food for several days. So if the body didn't have a plan B, we wouldn't be able to survive without food for a longer period of time. Luckily, there is a plan B, and it's called ketosis. Ketosis is a simple metabolic process where we use ketones instead of glucose as a fuel source. When we run out of glucose, the body starts to produce ketone bodies by beta oxidation of fatty acids called triglycerides. The beauty of this style of eating is that we can't run out of energy. We have vast amounts of fat available for energy production, unlike glycogen, which is pretty much limited. Besides this, once we are in the ketosis state, there will be no sudden decreases of blood sugar levels, no sugar cravings, and no bloating since carbs are almost entirely excluded. In simple terms, it is a low-carb, high-fat, and moderate protein style of eating. So how much should we eat from each of this group? The structure goes like this. 75% of what you eat should be fat, 20% protein, and only 5% carbs. So stay tuned because in the next 5 steps, we will explain exactly how to get into ketosis, stay in it, and lose weight. Step 1 is to prepare for this new style of eating. You have to know what to eat so you can start the process of getting into ketosis. The most important thing is to have a base. This goes for every style of eating, not just ketosis. Since fat is dominant in this, let's say diet, vegetable oils are the base of this style of eating. Coconut oils and olive oils are a must-have. Pretty much every oil that is cold processed and unrefined. So carefully read the product labels when buying your next bottle of oil. Avoid refined oils because they carry health risks that can lead to cardiovascular diseases and feed the cancer cells. Macadamia nuts are the best since they have a good ratio of omega fatty acids. Almonds, Brazil nuts, and walnuts are also a good choice. This will help you achieve the recommended daily intake of fats while keeping your hormonal structure and blood pressure in balance. Mix them up so you can be sure that you are eating the right amount of 3, 6, 7, and 9 omega fatty acids. They are high in fat, low in carbs, and have just the right amount of proteins. Since ketosis is based on moderate protein intake, make sure to choose meats that are high in fat and have medium protein contents. Otherwise, you will be stuck with very little food on the plate. Mackerel and beef are excellent choices. They have slightly under 20 grams of fat per 100 grams of meat. Make sure to check amounts of fat and protein when choosing your meat. If the amount of fat is low or medium, try to find a replacement. For example, hackfish has not even 1 whole gram of fat per 100 grams. But mackerel fish has 25 grams of fat. Do you see the difference now? Bacon, butter, cheese are also all rich in fat and protein, but you have to consider that more extended consumption of these sources of macronutrients is probably not the best choice. For example, eating fried bacon on a daily basis can lead to cardiovascular damage. And the protein found in cheese and dairy can trigger insulin. If these happen, fat-burning mode stops. So be aware of these things and be careful when compiling your daily menu. It is essential to know the ratios between macronutrients and calories. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrates also has 4 calories. And 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. Here's an example to help you create your daily menu. In theory, let's say you need to create a 1,000-calorie meal plan. As we have already mentioned the recommended ratio between macronutrients, that means we need 750 calories from fat, 200 calories from proteins, and 50 calories from carbs. Divide these calories with a coefficient per gram and you'll get the amount of every macronutrient you need in grams. In the description of this video, we have a link to a 7-day keto meal plan that you can try out. How to get into ketosis. If you have successfully compiled your daily menu, you are just one step from getting into the keto state. To get into ketosis, you need to stop eating every type of carbohydrates except vegetables. You must eat vegetables, especially greens, because the greens are rich in all sorts of vitamins and minerals that our body needs to function properly. Since greens are low in carbohydrates, they will not influence the process of getting in the keto state. Don't expect to get into ketosis in a couple of hours. It will take a few days to empty most of the glycogen in the muscles and all the glycogen from the liver. Believe me, you will notice when this starts to happen. You will feel dizzy, lethargic, your head will hurt, legs will be weak. Simply put, you won't have energy and your poop will turn into something similar to diarrhea. All tanks and energy reserves must be empty so the liver can start making ketones. This process, called keto flu, can last from 3 days to 1 week. With some individuals, it can take longer, depending on the amount of energy supplies you have stored in your body. When your breath starts to change, the breath and taste in your mouth will be similar to alcohol. That is the first sign that your body started producing ketones. For the first week or two, you will have to check ketone levels every day. It's important to know when it's time to restore some glycogen by eating carbs. By using keto strips, you can check the amount of ketones in the urine. Every 6, 7, or 8 days, when color on keto strips turns darker, you will have one cheat meal. Now, don't confuse cheat meal with a cheat day. We are talking about just one meal. Adding carbs every week is essential because if you stay too long in ketosis without restarting it with something tasty like pizza, you will eventually come to a state called ketoacidosis. In other words, it means too much acid in the blood and urine. It can be dangerous, so make sure to check the strips regularly. How to overcome keto flu. As mentioned earlier, while transitioning into ketosis, we have to go through the state of low energy, dizziness, headaches, lethargy, and diarrhea. So to overcome the state called keto flu, the body needs to start producing more enzymes so that the amount of fat can be digested and utilized as the primary energy source. To do that, you need to drink bone broth. Bone broth is a simple soup with bones. Beef bones are the best source of minerals and enzymes, but chicken bones are also a good option. How to prepare bone broth? Simple. Add water in the pot to cover the bones. Then add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You can also add celery and carrots. Bone broth should be cooked from 20 to 24 hours to get the real benefit from its contents. How to stay in ketosis. Not enough water means deficiency in minerals and electrolytes. Remember, in the ketosis state, your glycogen levels are deficient. Glycogen is responsible for retaining water in the body, so make sure to stay hydrated. Eat bone broth regularly and intake a few grams of salt every day. And most importantly, don't get out of ketosis. Be careful when it comes to cheat meals. Follow the keto diet rules mentioned earlier. Too many carbs will throw you out of ketosis. How to lose weight on the ketogenic diet? To lose weight, you still need to be in a small calorie deficit. In other words, your body still has to burn more energy than it gets. Otherwise, you will just change the style of eating, but nothing will happen. Just by being in ketosis and utilizing fat as a primary energy source will do nothing if you eat 1,000 calories more than your body requires. So regularly keep track of your daily calorie intake. To have a more significant benefit, check out one of our previous videos about intermittent fasting. Combine these two and we can almost guarantee that you will have the best possible shape. Just be patient, it takes a lot of time. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more health and weight loss tips backed by science. Also, be sure to check other videos on our channel. And if you have any suggestions related to health and fitness that you want us to cover in the future videos, then please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.